There's something so calming about this game. If you ever dreamed of tending your own intergalactic farm, Lightyear Frontier might be for you. In this multiplayer open world farming game, you start up your own space farm, grow exotic plants from distant planets, and use your mech to help you out. You'll create your dream exo farm from basic structures to futuristic wonders, all while taking care of the environment. You'll venture out into the wilderness and discover ancient secrets, and the best part, there's no need to worry about food, hunger, energy, or enemies. Just chill vibes while you farm, build, and explore. If you enjoy cozy game reviews, make sure to hit that subscribe button and like the video for more cozy gaming content. Now let's break down the game to decide if it's worth your time and worth your money. When first getting started in Lightyear Frontier, you're thrown into this world to find your mech, which initially I struggled figuring out how to attach the pieces to the suit. This was clearly a user error. Upon setting up your mech, you set out to find these crates scattered in the world to get your tools. I feel this part was to introduce you to each tool one by one, which I thought was really nice, and it allowed you to get a feel for the world and how your mech moves about. Now, since we're on the topic of tools, your mech comes equipped with a variety of tools that allow you to interact with the world. For instance, the vacuum harvester sucks up plants and water, while the seed shooter shoots out seeds for planting. Then you also have the irrigation hose, which is similar to a watering can. The spike saw is used for breaking down trees, rocks, and minerals, and lastly you have the spout cannon, which allows you to plant new trees. All these tools can be upgraded using materials found throughout the game. Now, your mech plays a massive part in the game. I won't lie, I hardly ever left my mech suit. I just didn't feel the need to, unless I was going to explore like a small cave or to flip over my mech. I can't help but laugh every time my mech would tumble over. It was quite funny and a really lighthearted part of the game. The movement though with my mech was generally okay, but the beginning you move so slow, so I would resort to running everywhere, but I would often kind of slide and collide into different things. And when I would get into tight spaces, the game visuals kind of freaked out on me. Yeah, I don't know about this one. One thing I really enjoyed was being able to switch the view in the mech from first person to third person, because for some reason, when it's in first person, I get extremely nauseous. I didn't really like that you can change the view with the mech, but not your person when you step out of the mech. I get really sensitive to motion blur, so this was why I rarely left my suit. I did like the addition of being able to customize your mech. You can switch out parts for different designs and paint as well. Now, after wandering around the world and gathering your new tools, then you get given quests to help craft things to start building a thriving farm. One thing, I wish there was an easy way to move your buildings around. I wanted to redo my farm and make it pretty once I unlocked more items, and I had to destroy everything. A nice touch was how it pulls your items from your storage boxes when at the crafting station, which I thought was very helpful because you don't have much inventory space on your mech to begin with. Instead of rummaging through my inventory to find items, it was a nice addition. But if you're anything like me and just kind of throw things in the storage, I'm not very organized. It was very hard to easily organize them. I think like a sort like items or something would be a great quality of life addition. One thing about the crafting I really liked was that you're able to pin crafting recipes so you don't have to keep pulling it up to know what you need. Now, after crafting some things, I got curious and started wandering around the world. I really enjoyed the freedom to discover new areas on this planet. The map is kind of broken up into different areas and you have to walk into them to discover them, but you don't get access to the resources right away. They must be restored by cleaning up weeds or slime, which you need specific tools and tool upgrades to get rid of them. It was so satisfying though when you would clean up a new area, all kinds of resources and animals to discover the next morning. There was a huge sense of accomplishment when you unlock an area, and when discovering these areas you come across these ancient ruins which you must search around and find artifacts to discover it, some in which are hidden in some really small places. As I mentioned about the resources, you have to gather different resources in the different locations. When you feed all the nests in that area, the next day it will produce more resources for you to gather. This was super helpful when I was wanting to get a lot of a resource. Now, you're probably wondering, Where is the farming? Well, I saved that one for last because to be able to get certain seeds, you have to unlock other areas and craft certain machines to be able to use the plants. So my regular in-game day consists of me waking up, taking care of my crops, crafting fodder for the animals, and then I venture off into an area for the day and gather all the resources I can and feed all the animal nests I find. So the next time I go there, I can have some extra resources to gather. Then sometimes I accidentally stayed up overnight, but thankfully there was no penalty for not sleeping. So when it comes to the art and the music, I loved both. As soon as I started, I seriously couldn't get over how beautiful and vibrant the world is. I adore games that are colorful and fun, and this was that. Now, as for the music, I feel like it was perfect. It immersed me in the world, and when I got to the ruins area, the music felt mysterious. It really gave you that vibe in that area. When it comes to characters, there's no one else in the game, so unless you're playing with friends, it does feel a bit lonely at times, but don't worry, you have your lovely pal Piper who will repeat the same things over and over. It's a true joy. Later on in the game, you get quests to help others on other planets, but you don't get to interact with them. I feel like this was a lost opportunity to add more depth to the game. There was something so calming about this game that easily kept me coming back for more. Maybe it was the simplicity. It's seriously the perfect cozy game. Go at your own pace and it does not hold your hand. I enjoyed this game, but I did feel like there was something missing. I don't know, part of me was wanting more from the story or just more depth in general. So I've got to give it a solid 6 out of 10. Overall, it's a perfect game if you're looking for something to relax to, but don't expect too much story here. And I want to hear your thoughts. Do you see yourself trying it? Let me know in the comments down below. Now, of course, if you're looking for more cozy games to play, make sure you check out my most recent video on all the cozy games that I played in 2024 so far. Otherwise, thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on a cozy game review. And until next time, so happy gaming!